Welcome, or indeed, welcome back to Hands on Film. Today we are reviewing the latest creature feature, Kong Godzilla, The New Empire.
The other way around.
What?
It's the... Oh, never mind. Just roll the credits.
I'm pleased to be joined today by a fellow critic, the wonderful... Oh, sorry, I forget your name.
It's Annie. I've told you several times.
Perhaps you could introduce yourself?
I am a theatre and film critic. I regularly review for The Guardian and I lecture at the Filmography University of Central Kent.
Have they printed any?
Sorry?
The Guardian, have they printed any of your reviews? Bastards haven't printed any of mine.
Izzy, can you please...
Have we met?
Excuse me?
I mean before today.
I don't think so.
I'm sure I recognise your name.
Izzy, please.
Fine. Now, what happened in the film?
You did watch the film?
Yes, well, that is to say, I went to the cinema.
Pensioners Tuesdays?
You mock, but it is a great atmosphere, and no one cares if I fall asleep.
Synopsis.
It starts with a monkey wandering around. There are some rocks on the ceiling. It was all very confusing.
Did you watch the other films in the Monsterverse series?
No. Did you?
Yes. How would you expect to understand otherwise?
What's to understand? Some giant monkey fights some giant spiky chicken.
You think I wanted to watch them? I specialise in reviewing classical and avant-garde theatre.
It's called being professional, Israel.
It's called being professional.
Annie, could you give us the synopsis?
Fine. If you don't have any background knowledge, there are plenty of videos you can watch to bring you up to date.
Ooh, we could do one of those.
How? Are you going to watch the other films?
Good point. Carry on.
I'll keep it as brief as possible. How far do you want me to go?
Oh, all the way. Oh, grow up.
Well, I don't want to spoil the ending.
Do you honestly think there is anyone, except Ben, of course, who didn't guess the ending before going into the cinema?
Good point. OK, so Kong is living in Hollow Earth.
I didn't understand that.
No, but if I could just get on.
Izzy, you know how annoyed you get when people interrupt you?
Yes, but I'm interesting. Go on.
Godzilla is on the surface apparently maintaining order between humanity and the giant monsters called Titans.
It's a stupid name.
An observation post picks up some unusual signals and Godzilla seems intent on consuming as much power as possible. Gia, who is the last known survivor of the Iwi tribe...
No, there were loads of them.
Yes, but we don't find that out yet. Gia is receiving some sort of telepathic communication in the form of dreams and hallucination. Kong discovers an uncharted region and is attacked by a small party of giant apes.
Oh, including baby Kong.
Called Suko.
How do you know that?
It's called research. Anyway, Kong makes Suko lead him to the tribe, which leads to conflict between him and the tribe's tyrannical leader, the Scar King.
Oh, like from The Lion King.
I know you didn't watch the other films in the series, but you did watch this one.
But there were lion things earlier on.
The Scar King has control of an ancient titan called Shimo, who badly damages Kong's arm. Kong manages to escape with the help of Suko.
Who?
Baby Kong. Meanwhile, a group of humans, along with Gia...
Oh, was she human or
have
not?
found a long-lost Iwi tribe. Kong is fitted with a mechanical arm to give him greater strength and to heal the damage. He then heads to the surface to bring Godzilla to Hollow Earth to fight against the Scar King and his
But
army.
they fight on Earth, Rio, I believe.
Yes, after. Gia summons Mothra.
Oh, that moth thing.
Yes, clues in the name. They recruit Godzilla and head to Hollow Earth. They fight the Scar King and his army, but the Scar King, Shimo, Godzilla and Kong are taken to Earth.
Convenient, that.
They battle, the Scar King's control over Shimo is lost and he is defeated.
You forgot the bit about the girl and the woman and the blogger.
I was trying to keep it brief.
That was great. Thank you, Annie. Izzy, you were terrible. Discussion.
Godzilla -1 was a good film.
Thanks, Izzy. Not sure what that has to do with the discussion.
I am comparing monster films, Ben.
That was an excellent film.
I admit I didn't entirely follow this film.
Very big of you, is he?
Thank you, Ben. But my point is, if you haven't watched the other films in the series, it is kind of pointless watching this one.
I tend to agree. It's like coming in halfway through a TV series. There is an obsession at the moment with cinematic universes, meaning you either need to watch them all or none of
I
them.
was literally just saying that.
I know. I was just continuing the conversation.
It's a good point, but obviously a lot of people have watched the whole series of films. So, how does it stack up?
No idea.
I was asking Annie.
I think they will enjoy it as they are invested into the series, but I couldn't say that it was a good film.
Can you expand?
Well, lots of things got smashed. Large CG creatures fought a lot. The plot was incredibly simple and meandered through. The only purpose seemed to be to go from one CG fight to the next. The humans were kind of pointless. They tried to make Gia useful, as they did previously, but this was very surface.
It was.
Thanks, Izzy.
When the Scottish guy died, even I can't remember his name, I just thought, who cares? They tried to create some emotion with the relationship between Gia and Eileen.
Played by Rebecca Hall, daughter of Peter Hall.
Yes, but she is a person in her own right, not just someone's daughter.
Would she be where she is if it were not for her father?
Interesting discussion, but we'll have to save it for another time.
Scared of the big discussions, Ben?
With you involved? Yes.
But, as neither really had any arc, that just felt pointless.
What I didn't understand is how did people survive on Earth with monsters constantly smashing up entire cities?
And no one seemed to care.
And another thing, do the apes live forever? As there didn't seem to be any female apes.
This is very odd. You are actually asking reasonable questions.
Also, the other monkeys were supposed to be in prison, but clearly just wandered around Hollow Earth as they broke the space station.
I think it was due to sinkholes or something.
But what
I don't know. I agree. It made pretty much no sense. And I don't think they really cared.
Okay, maybe we could just sum up.
Godzilla -1 showed that monster movies can have a decent story and decent character development. This film had neither of those things. On a serious note, this current trend of filmmaking is an extremely worrying one.
Go on.
So many of the films we see, especially from Hollywood, are just big-budget fluff cobbled together by a large group of people controlled by a production company that is putting so much money up they are terrified of failing. There is an absolute dearth of medium and smaller budget films coming into the mainstream just based on good writing and characters. Where is the next Godfather, Annie Hall, or even Terminator coming from?
I actually agree.
And we're clear. Wow, I think this is maybe the closest thing to a sensible review that you've ever managed. Annie, I hope you'll come back and review another with us.
I'll need to check my diary and get back to you.